So in this video, I'm excited to reveal to you what could now be considered the best freestanding portable pull-up bar. Not just a pull-up bar, but a home gym. Something you can work your whole body and also have progressions using resistance bands. In this video, I will be unboxing, reviewing, showing you all the exercises and highlighting what separates this bar from so many others. This is the BullBar 2.0. Let's get straight into the video. Let's crack on with the unboxing of the Bullbar, or where you can do pull-ups anywhere. So this is something I've been excited to get my hands on since I saw it pop up on YouTube. Ryan from Minus the Gym did a review on it, and I've done a an online conversation, a video call with Ryan before. Great guy, great content. And at the time, this was still like a new product, and being in the UK, wasn't available for us. So obviously, for any of us that were watching that video, we looked it up and it was like the shipping for the UK was like 100 quid. So I've been keeping in touch with the company, Mike from Bullbar and Jared, and basically I've just been constantly on them saying, when's it coming to the UK, when's it coming to the UK? And I had a message several months ago basically saying they're going to be opening an EU UK warehouse, and basically there's going to be 250 that are going to be shipping. So we're going to be releasing it this date, and I jumped on it as quick as I could. I think I bought one, I think it was £247, and I managed to be one of the 250 to get it, and I'm super excited to bring that to you. So for any of you that are in the EU or UK, you're now going to be able to watch one and sort of see an updated version of it and see what other people think, but also ones that are so you guys can even buy it. And hopefully by the time this video goes up, I've tried to reach out so they can get some form of kickback for me and also for you guys, whether it's a link, whether it's a discount code. All those information will be down below in the description or the comment section to try and save you guys some money, because I know that Ryan on his, he had a kickback as well to help people get in. I think there's a bit of a discount on it at the minute, and yeah, super excited to get it. So as soon as you open it up, you've got this card that tells you sort of the bulk of the main exercises we're going to be looking at. So obviously we've got the pull-up, we've got a chin-up standard, it's a pull-up bar, but obviously you've got dip bar, dip handles, so I'll show those in a bit. And obviously with those handles, they've got push-ups on there. You can then do inverted rows. So this, instead of it just being a pull-up bar, it starts turning into sort of like a home gym. Tricep dips, you've got knee raises, but where this thing really stood out for me compared to, if you guys have been watching this channel before, I've done lots of pull-up bar reviews. I've got 4 of them already at home. I've got the Hot Gym, I've got the Gravity Fitness, I've got the Pullup Mate, I had the K Sport, and now I've got this one. This one, what separates this one is that now we can start incorporating leg exercises. And I briefly started talking about how using resistance bands, not just for learning the pull-up or learning the dip, but how we can start using resistance bands to start making exercises harder, especially for you guys that don't want to or can't afford to be able to buy weights. Using resistance bands to kind of be able to take that intensity, make it a little bit harder for any of you that find the bodyweight version too easy. We've now got like weighted squat or resistance band to Bulgarian split squats to hip flexors, but again, we can start adding bands to any of these exercises to make it harder. These are just a gist, 10 of the most, I would say, most common ones, but I'm sure we'll be able to sort of find other ones that we can do if we're creative. And some of these ones, I'm going to talk about why I think there's the benefits of doing them on here, especially if you guys don't want to buy bands. So if we have a look inside, we've got a fairly simple layout here, nice and clean and tidy, if you can see that from that angle. So let's start pulling these things out. So in here we've got the dip handles, and what's nice about these is we've got a nice thickness to them. I like it when there's a little bit of thickness to it, and also it's got like this coating around it. Obviously you've got the metal bit on the inside, it's got this big thick coating, which again is going to help with the grip, especially if you're sweating. Really simple design. It's got some holes in it that we're going to flick these in and we're going to lock it into place. And if you need it, they've got a little R there, and I'm assuming the other one's going to have the L, so we know which side that goes on. Again, really self-explanatory, but there's going to be some great exercises that we can add that in. So that's just a little bit of box, I'm assuming, for helping for protection in transit. Same again there. Right, what we got here? Okay, from here. Start here, read instructions. So again, I'm assuming this is going to be instruction manual. Okay, these are some things to protect your flooring, help with a good bit of grip on there. Got those there. And I'm assuming this will be, okay, some stickers to stick onto the bar. Help spread the word. Some sort of caution things, basically how to use it, what's safe to do, what they recommend with it, make sure certain things, safety things. Maximum user weight is 300 pounds. I think for the majority of people, that's gonna be more than enough. But like I always say over a lot of these videos, they'll say a maximum weight limit, but they'll say 300 pounds for insurance reasons, but guarantee they probably tested this up to 400, 500, 600. But for legal limits, obviously that's their way of covering themselves. But 300 pounds for most people is gonna be more than enough weight. I mean, I think about 190 pounds, maybe 200 pounds. And you know, you've got enough there and to do weighted calisthenics as well. So that's cool. So that's your manual. And then we've got a nice little setup thing here as well on how to do it all, which is quite nice. So color coordinated so you can see what things are. And that's there. The rest of this cardboard seems just to be protection to get it in. And now, let's pull it out. And that is not heavy. That's comfortable. We've got the handle here, everything's locked into place here. That's how we're gonna be carrying it, guys. This is how portable this bar is. So let me just get this out the way and place it down. I'm sure that will be something my cat would love to be able to get into, so I'll be saving that for him. Make sure there's nothing in any of these. No. Again, I like the attention to detail. They put it like even here, like so this doesn't clamp down and possibly damage it or scratch it. They've got a little bits of cardboard here, so they put a lot of thought and detail into protecting it, which is nice. Where's my scissors? They've got a little strap here as well to keep it maintained down. So yeah, you'll get some places they'll make a great product and they don't care about how they package it. And then a lot of times people will get packages that are damaged on transit and it doesn't look good. So they've obviously taken a good amount of time and effort into making sure that, I'm assuming that's when I unlock that. I'll be able to get that one out. Slide this one out. Okay, so here, if I remember rightly from Ryan's video, is these are the safety pins, sort of lock it into place. So we've got 4 of those. Again, nice and clearly color coded. They lock into place. Perfect, nothing inside there, no. Let me just lift this up. Get all this out of the way. So a lot of cardboard, but I'd rather that than any of this get damaged in transit. So, and looks like even on the thingy, they've got instructions on here on how to pull it up. So guys, that's the unboxing. And as you can see, that's our bit of kit. So we're gonna start looking up on how you set this thing up. So to unlock at the side, we've got these safety hooks on the side, which is a nice touch, because obviously that's going to be the thing that's going to hold it in place when it's on there, but it also locks it in place when it's down. So again, because then you can lift it as sort of like a carry suitcase, which is really, really cool, well thought out. So we unlock those, and then we're going to unlock the legs, and they've got like these little pins that we push in, and we lock them out there. Same on this side. Bring this across. I'm obviously going to have to move this forward to be able to push the other ones back as well. Get these pins out of the way. Tell you what, they've got these little ends on the feet that I got carpet here, but it's locking in really nicely, like grip wise. That. Cool. So obviously you've got these little circular pins that we're looking at to pull these down. they obviously, you push them in to release them, and as you pull them into this end position here, you can hear that little click there. That shows it's now locked into place. So we're now in that position, the floor now put down. Again, let me see if I can lift this up so you can see what I mean. So far, really nice grippy ends on here. Again, it'll probably protect the end as well, but that's gonna really grip onto your floor. So obviously if you're like me and you've got carpet, that's gonna be pretty good. And obviously then at this point, this thing kind of scissors up. So we'll use this as an opportunity to pull these bits of cardboard out now. Again, this one's got a tag. So again, there's lots and lots of labels already on the bar to sort of, again, extra safety things to help you sort of know what you're doing as you're doing it. It's a little safety, and again, it's a little touch. And then what we do is we just pull up. As you can see, it's kind of like a scissoring movement. Okay. And it does say, make sure you keep one hand on here so it doesn't just drop down and maybe crack you in the head. Let's push this one out. And then it's got a little latch system here. Let's get that into place. I don't know if it's worth locking that before I get this one into place as well, just to hold it in. Right, that seems to be in place there. Got a little latch system here. Cool. Another little latch system here. That's locked that in there, and that seems pretty solid. But it also has a latching system right down here at the bottom. Now that one, obviously, it's got like a little screwing in mechanism here, so I'm assuming you can change like the tightness of how this one is, because that one felt a little bit loose there. I've probably done that a little bit too far. It's cool that you've got that. Cool. That side. That doesn't feel as tight on that side. Let me do that a little bit as well. Bit of a safety geek there. Let's make sure it really locks it down. Sweet. And the nice thing as well is inside here you got, like, if you could be able to see it, you might be able to see this little plastic. This is, again, clamping it down, but probably also in there to protect the metal. And there we have it. Let's see if I can push this back any further. There's my other pull-up bar back there. Let's push this back a little bit more, get it into frame. And there we have it. So if you were rehearsed in that, I'm sure you could probably rack this up very, very quickly. Final thing, actually, before I forget, is we've also got the safety pins. So nice clean hole there. That one goes there. That one goes in there, and I'm assuming the other ones are down here. And they obviously got like a little clicking in here. So once it gets pushed through, locks in on the other side. So that's cool. So there we have it. Like I said, if you were really, really quick with this, bang, I'm sure you could probably set this up in a minute or two, which is very, very handy compared to other bars that I've used where you're flicking, putting bars together. This is probably one of the fastest portable bar setups that I've seen. So let's have a look at other parts of the actual bar itself. So I guess the final thing you're going to be looking at when it comes to the installation is going to be the dip handles that end up like this. And these are really nice. If you've ever used a sort of power rack or a rack in a gym, and they have kind of like where it slots into the hole, and they have this little bar here that kind of like really fixes it in place. It's a really nice touch because it basically makes it solid. So this one, you've got 3 different holes, and obviously I'll lower the camera on so you can actually see the lower holes, and I'll see where the benefits of they are. But you basically got 3 holes here, slots into here like that, and then it packs down there. And the reason why that is so good, especially in this position, is I push down, there is 0 movement there. That is solid. So that's a really nice dip. It's gonna be up and down on whether this is someone's width, but it is, what I like about it, I've just noticed, is it is slightly tapered. So depending on your width, you might prefer going there, or you might prefer coming out further to the back, and that might be a better grip. You might actually prefer, I'm not sure why, but you might prefer that sort of grip. So the fact that you have this design where you have an angled sort of parallel dip handle, but if you want, you can actually go out to the side. For whatever reason, you have it, but that's a really, really solid bar attachment. So that's really, really nice, because a lot of time when you get these portable pull-up bars, like say the Pullup Mate 2, or even the Gravity Fitness, if you want to use it in a dip situation, you have to change bar. So the fact that this slots in, and you have the different heights of the handles, is a really, really nice addition. So again, like I talked about in the unboxing section, this is now turning more from just a pull-up bar into more of a home gym. So next, I want to talk about the stability. A common complaint that you're going to have when it comes to portable pull-up bars is the stability argument. I recently did a video on the Gravity Fitness pull-up bar, and someone in the comment section said, like, you're better going for a fixed one that you can put into the ground, or one you can drill into the wall. And yeah, if your primary focus is maximum stability, then yeah, that's the obvious choice. Why would you, if you want maximum stability, would you go for a portable pull-up bar or a freestanding one? But if you can't drill holes into a wall, you don't have the space, or you rent and you can't just be drilling holes into the floor, you don't have the space to have a fixed bar at all times, then you can't go for that option. Your other option is going to be a freestanding one. And obviously this is not only freestanding, but it's also portable. And with that, each time you crack on one of those extra sort of attributes, it's going to be sort of cutting back on the stability, because there is going to be a game you're going to have to play with portability to freestanding to stability, because again, it's not fixed to anything. It has movement, it's going to. But this actually feeling it, especially on the dip handles, but it's very stable, especially this way. Like, I've used bars where there's wobble, but this is a very solid this way, which is nice. Very, very stable. You're going to get some movement this way, but this is more to do with the nature of the bar. Again, you've got the feet going out and you've got a single bar going up on either side. There isn't any bars coming down this way to, like with the Pullup Mate 2, once you move from the Pullup Mate 1 to the Pullup Mate 2, you have those supporting bars that come in, they're going to limit any wiggle. We don't have that here. And really, there isn't much wiggle there, considering the height as well, which is really, really good. It might have something to do with this latching system. I don't know, but whatever it is, it's a very, very solid bar, considering it's freestanding and considering how portable it is really, really nice. Like I said, there's literally no movement in that dip. Really comfortable. And like I said, with the pull-up stage, try chin up. Like, there is very little movement here. The only thing is, when you do get a little bit of movement, it then prioritizes you to be stricter with your form. If you've got a wobbly bar, it's going to force you to have to, you can't just be jerking up and down. You're going to have to be controlled all the way up, all the way down. So in a way, sometimes a negative of a bar, you can use it to turn it into a positive. But this has very, very little wiggle room. Again, it looks like it's got a longer foot base at the front than on the back. However, very, very nice. Very solid system here and down here. Locking pins obviously finish it off, but you've got a really solid, stable bar, considering it's freestanding and it's portable. Remember, for people that have the fixed one, or one drilled into the wall, you're fixed to working out there, or whether you have that rack. This, I'm going to be able to fold this away, put it into my car, and I can go and drive to a park, I can drive to the beach, I can drive to a friend's place, wherever I go. If I'm going on holiday, obviously within the country, I can take it with me and I can do a workout wherever I want and have a safe workout. This is very, very stable for what it is. So that is pretty good. So now I want to have a look at some of the exercises you can do and why I got so excited and spent more money on another pull-up bar, and this will probably end up being my main bar. So let's talk about some of the exercises. So the exercise, this is a thing that's going to make it stand apart from other bars and other bits of equipment, because in its state, the number of exercises you can do, and without having to swap really between stuff, the number of exercises you can do, it just far outweighs any other that you're going to look at. So we obviously have our pull-up movements. And what I briefly do want to say is we've got this same sort of similar coating that we have on the dip bar, not as thick, but we do have this coating on this bar. I don't know how long, like it feels good. Long term, we'll see what the quality of this material is, but this is, if you can hear that, like that's very, very grippy. So, you know, I probably wouldn't even need to use liquid chalk here. That's a really nice grippy bar. Obviously, when you're sweating, we'll see what it's like long term with the sweat. Will it still allow me to grip? But it's a nice thickness, not too thick. So again, if you've got small hands, you're not gonna find it too difficult. But what I like about here is there's a slight taper, sort of a bend in the bar. So sometimes I like it when you should do like a lat pull down, and when you'd have that sort of bit, and then when you get onto the very end, it's kind of like angles in, and sometimes that just feels nicer to be able to hit the lats with. Like that just feels really nice compared to sort of the straight. Like it feels like you can really pull that in, and it's not too wide, but we've got a nice clean straight bar. With other bars I've used, they have like a crossbar that comes down here again for support, but it gets in the way. So that gets in the way of what grip you can use, but it also can get in the way of if you want to set up gymnastic rings. So like now, if I wanted to, I could hang gymnastic rings, and when I'm doing my pull-ups here, I can then move the rings to the side, which is a nice little touch. And I guess you could hook them out where these dips. I don't really think with this setup, you're gonna need rings. However, you can. But we can pretty much do pull-ups, we can do chin-ups, varying widths with various grips. For any of you that are thinking, okay, but I really love doing neutral grip or things like that, if you have any of these Kenzui grips, the problem I have with the Pullup Mate and the Gravity Fitness is the bar's way too thick. And I've just tested, and we can hook these on there. So I highly recommend some Kenzui grips. I do have a separate review on these. This is nice because it allows you to pick sort of a 45-degree pull-up or 45-degree chin-up, but this is what this makes this bar better for me than compared to the Gravity Fitness or the other bars or some other bars out there, is now you can put these attachments on there, whether you want to do that, whether you want to do neutral grip ones, or if you like that rotation. I've got a pair of angle 90s here. You can flip these over them, and now you can have that rotation. So, and that's what's great about this bar, is the thickness of it allows you to do that, but you've got a nice straight length bar. You've got a good length bar on there to be able to do that. And if you wanted to, you could probably leave them up there, which is really, really nice. But overall, the bar's great. Again, any pull-up, any sort of chin-up variations, you want to do your L sit, anything like that, you've got that. Anything you want to do from a hanging bar, you're pretty much sorted. One thing people are going to ask is, what about muscle ups? So safety wise, I don't think they're going to recommend a muscle up. I don't think they're going to recommend anything where there's any form of kipping. So maybe even explosive pull-ups. I mean, I can try one and we'll see what it's like. No much different than the case spot I was using, and that had a narrow base, not much different from the Gravity Fitness. So you could do it. The muscle up, I wouldn't recommend it safety wise. From me not recommending doing it, I think one way in which you could possibly do it is if you were able to do very, very strict ones. Even still, you know, discretion to yourself. You shouldn't be doing it at this bar. They're not recommending it. I'm not recommending it, but this bar seems like it could be stable enough to do it, but do it at your own risk. So there's that, but whatever. Then we have the dip handles. So this is where I think it's going to be a bit of a game changer, because not only do we have dips here, which very, very comfortable grip, tapered handle, we also have that grip there. For whatever reason you prefer doing that, maybe, I don't know, you're trained to do the top portion of the dip and you want to kind of do like that kind of like straight bar position, or maybe you want to go a little bit wider, whatever that is, like you have that there. But you could go underneath as well, and you can start doing your inverted rows. And it's actually a pretty good height. I prefer that tapered grip there, but I saw Ryan doing that grip there, which to me doesn't feel as nice, but you can do your inverted rows and that grip. That's really cool. But you end up taking these out and say moving down to this height. Get that one in. Quick change here. You now could be doing tricep dips. If you want, again, put your feet up on the back of here and you can start doing lunges. That might be a little bit too high for you, but I'm sure if you went to the lower height, that might be a more comfortable height. And obviously, because this is obviously circular and it's not too thick, you probably would have the position to sort of put your foot in that little bit and get a little bit of movement so you're not fixed at your leg at a certain height, but I'm sure you could find a height around there to be able to do your Bulgarian split squats. The other thing is if you go down to that bottom height, and this is what I was thinking looking at the pictures of it, is I'm a big advocate for ring push-ups. And one of the main reasons is it allows you to go through a far deeper range of motion. So I don't know, I might have to flip this around so I can then show you guys what I mean. This is the problem when you have a certain size room. Let's see if I can flip this round for you so I'll be able to show you what I mean. Again, look how easy I can move this round. Let's get that wire out of the way. Let's move that round here like this. Is the benefit of doing your ring push-ups is you got that extra deeper range of motion, and sometimes just having that extra stretch or extra range of motion makes it a little bit harder, and there's more evidence coming out now that getting under that loaded stretch can elicit more gains. And again, the nice thing again is you've got this tapered handle, but now when I'm doing a push-up, I can go far, far deeper now because I've got access to that range of motion now because my hands are elevated, and you'll now have that option to be able to do that. You might think, okay, you're slightly inclined, that's actually gonna make it easier. All I need is a box and then have my feet either level with the things or even higher to make it even harder. And now I can do that. You know, you might be able to use these to be able to do pike push-ups. Again, for people that have wrist problems, this is gonna make push-ups far more comfortable. So you've got the dip handles, okay? So again, this grip, that height, might be a little bit better for doing Bulgarian split squats. Down, yeah, that's actually a better height for me. Probably not as comfortable on the foot than the base bench that I have. Let me quickly just show you from the side as well what the pull-up's gonna be like. You can probably see there's very little movement now. So let's flip this back round here. So you've got those things. So the handles there, you've got, again, you've got the push-ups, you've got the dips, you've got the inverted rows, you've got, again, you might prefer going down there for the tricep thingies, but I think those push-ups will make it more comfortable. You get a lot more activation there. And the great thing is why this is good is if you're one of those people that like to superset, you can now go from the pull-up straight to the push-up or the dip, whatever it is, or into the row. You want to superset pull-ups and rows, you can do that back to back without having gymnastic rings, without having to lower the bar or have multiple bits of equipment. You can do that there. So it's making me now want to sell my parallettes because I don't need them anymore. So you've got that, okay? So you've got those exercises there. Which ones am I missing from? If I'm missing any more from their ones that they'd probably want to recommend, obviously they got hip flexors, that's going to be resistance band. That's what I want to talk about next. Done the tricep press, inverted rows, Bulgarian split squat I've got. Right, so this is a game where this bar really excels itself. And this is the bit that I'm really excited for. And it's one of the benefits of the base bench, which if you've watched my videos before, I did a review on the Base Bench Pro. So that's meant to be a calisthenics leg exercise. However, what makes that more than just a calisthenics leg exercise is the fact that it has pins so you can attach resistance bands. This has got it too, which suddenly now makes it a it allows to add in progression, but now it also allows you to do other exercises. So I've got an easy band on here just to sort of show you the sort of things that you're going to be able to do. But now if I stand on here, I can now do squats. If I wanted to, I would have them on here, and just standing here in the thingy, I can now do lunges. I can also do progression when it comes to my pull-ups now. I can make my pull-ups harder now because now I have a resistance band. I can now also do that when it comes to my dips, and now I can make my dips harder. I can also do this when it comes to my inverted rows, and then if I put it that lower on, it might be a little bit harder to do unless I've got a plyometric box. If I set up the plyometric box so it's at the similar height to here, I can now attach that resistance band to go around me, and now I can use that resistance band to now make my push-ups harder. So now we have those progressions of doing certain leg exercises. I'm sure if I get a really, really thick band, there's nothing stopping me from being at the bottom here and I can now use this. I'm sure it'll be heavy enough, but you get a good enough resistance band. I could technically, if I wanted to, do some resistance band deadlifts. I could do some rows. I could do some bicep curls, like obviously with this band, shoulder press maybe, if the thing doesn't get in the way. Like just simply by having the anchor points for a resistance band, and you have a set of resistance bands. Well, I think BullBar also sell their resistance bands, whether they're any different from anywhere else. You might be able to find some cheap ones on Amazon. Now we have the resistance bands added in. Not only can we do the normal exercises and make them more progressive, again, you can use the bands. You can either fiddle around, you've got 4 sort of anchor points for them. You can maybe loop them around. So the resistance band you've got, you stretch even more to make it harder. Or like I recommend, get a set of resistance bands, and as you get stronger, move to a heavier band so the resistance is more. You can make your normal exercises harder, but now it also allows you to do other exercises you wouldn't normally be able to do. So you might be looking at this and thinking, that seems expensive. I don't know how much the price would be. Like I said, I got it for $247, but I got it as a sort of a pre-sale, sort of buy it early, take the risk sort of thing. I don't know how much it is now. I think there was a sale on. Hopefully by the time this comes out, I've got an affiliate link to guys to save you guys some money, and it's a kickback to me as well. But this is more than just a pull-up bar. This is a piece of equipment that may seem like a pull-up bar, but ends up being a full gym that allows for not only progressions, but allows you to work out your whole body. And then to take even further, it folds away and you can store it in a wardrobe, in a cupboard, on top of your thingy, under your bed if you've got room. You can stick it in your car. Like when I'm done, I can fold this away and stick it in the corner. Now I've got this free space to do other things. So if you don't have a fixed space, set this up in your living room, bang out a half an hour workout, fold it away, put it away. Put it in your car, take it out, lovely sunny day when the summer comes, go and work out outdoors. Like this bar allows you to do it. So let's say it's up to £300 now, or whatever it is in euros or dollars. That might seem a lot. How much would you be paying for an average gym membership? £30, $30, 40, 50. And then at the end of the year, you've already spent more than what this bar would cost, and you've got nothing to show for it at the end. When you've got this bar and within a year, 8 months, 10 months, it's paid for itself. And now you've got this bar for the rest of your life. And what also makes this better is this bar comes with lifetime warranty. Obviously, you're probably gonna have wear and tear, but certain things like these little joints, the most important bits that you are going to be thinking, okay, my safety depends on these latches, these points, these safety pins doing their job. They've got lifetime warranty on those sort of sections. The most important bit is the most sort of like things that you're going to have most focus on. They're given a warranty on it because they trust in their thing. So any safety concerns you have can be out the window. If they can put a lifetime warranty, they obviously realize this is a bar that's going to last you a long time. And you can add up all the different bits of equipment you're going to need. A pull-up bar, maybe some dip handles, maybe some gymnastic rings, maybe like a little base bench to be able to work your legs, somewhere to attach rings. Everything you're going to need, it's going to cost you far more than this all in one product. So you got to look at it on a value wise. What are you getting for your money? Do you think it's worth the money? To me, I definitely do. And like I said, it's now going to become my main bar. So for any of you that are looking for a pull-up mate too, or maybe a gravity fitness bar, yeah, hit me up. But this is now going to become my main bar. And for this reason, it's a quality bar, and I think it's money well spent. I've spent the same amount of money that I bought the Pullup Mate 2 maybe 5-6 years ago. No, longer than that, 7 years ago. So considering inflation and everything else, it's a bargain. But guys, let me know what you think down below. Is this something that interests you? What are your concerns with this? What excites you with this bar? Like I said, I saw the review on it and I instantly got excited on this bar, and I was thinking, I want myself one of these. So yeah, let me know what you think down below, and I'll check out those links and hopefully discount code down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.